Epic fury decimated Iran's military and rendered it combat ineffective for years to come.
The Iranian Navy now lies mostly at the bottom of the Arabian Gulf, and we assess that we've sunk more than 90% of their regular fleet, including all of the major surface combatants. Most importantly, we've destroyed Iran's defense industrial base, their ability to reconstitute those capabilities for years to come.
This new animation showing marine traffic already moving through the Strait of Hormuz. How many, we don't know, but there are hundreds, maybe 1,000 or more tankers ready to pass. Iran agreeing to allow safe transit. We'll watch that. Oil prices quickly plunging. Let's get to it. New hour begins with Matt Finn in Dubai. Jennifer Griffin reports from Washington. Jennifer, let's begin with you in D.C. Hello.
Hi, Bill. I just came from the Pentagon briefing. Secretary Hegseth declared Iran is no longer a threat to Americans and will no longer be shouting death to America. He added that Iran begged for these negotiations and used language that I can only describe as spiking the football, even though the negotiations with Iran slated for Friday have not happened yet, and it's not clear what Iran plans to agree on its nuclear ambitions. Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General Dan Kane, thanked the force and outlined the tactical successes of the operation, which struck more than 13,000 targets.
CENTCOM forces destroyed approximately 80% of Iran's air defense systems, striking more than 1,500 air defense targets, more than 450 ballistic missile storage facilities, 800 one-way attack drones storage facilities. All of these systems are gone.
However, there are U.S. intelligence assessments that indicate half of Iran's ballistic missile stockpile has survived U.S. airstrikes, and the IRGC still has hidden mobile launchers. The tactical achievement over the past 38 days was significant, according to General Kane.
We attacked, along with our partners, approximately 90% of their weapons factories. Every factory that produced Shahed one-way attack drones was struck. Their missile defense industrial base is shattered, with more than 80% of their missile facilities gone. Their industrial base was hit, further degrading their attempts to attain a nuclear weapon.
It's not clear whether the U.S. will have to pay tolls to the Iranians for U.S. ships to pass through the Strait of Hormuz, one of the 10 demands of the Iranians yet to be negotiated.
A ceasefire's a pause, and the joint force remains ready, if ordered or called upon, to resume combat operations with the same speed and precision as we've demonstrated over the last 38 days, and we hope that that is not the case.
Members of the press shouted a few questions to Secretary Hegseth as he left the briefing room, asking why he fired the Army chief in the middle of a war and whether he sugarcoated, quote, the war for the president, downplaying the IRGC's ability to close the Strait of Hormuz, something the U.S. military had always predicted would happen, Bill.
Okay, watching all that. Jennifer, nice to see you. Thank you very much in Washington. Dana? Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.